So back out in the carport garage today, I brought in the 5.3 swap 96 Camaro because I'm going to go ahead and switch it to turbo. And the reason for that is this cold air intake ain't going to cut it. I was doing some logging and now it was hotter, but the cylinder air mass was lower, number one. Number two, key on map sensor read 100 wide open throttle, and before I had just the velocity stack on the right on the end of the throttle body. It would read 98, 99 at wide open throttle. The map sensor would read. This setup right here was only reading like 94, 95, so that tells you right there it's a restriction. Plus, my shocks and the nitrous just ain't getting along. And I don't feel like buying really expensive shocks right now. Now the turbo, it's not going to hit that hard off the line, so those shocks may be okay on the turbo for now until I get a boost controller. So I wanted to get y'all a video with 150 shot, 200 shot, etc. But it's just going down it takes off like this. Those single adjustable strange shocks I bought secondhand, and they're just wore out. I mean, you can turn them full loose or you can turn them full tight and they do the same thing. Might get with Strange and see if they can just rebuild those for me. But if not, I'm going to get the double adjustable Strange shocks. And the reason I'm going to get the Strange ones is because their length fits the ride height where I have the car. And it gives me plenty of extension travel. Whereas the other ones are shorter. I'm sure I could probably call them and see, but I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But I'm going to go ahead and put the turbo on it. Those 60-pound injectors should be good for about 550 wheel horsepower on the E85. But yeah, but I do want to buy injectors next. I'm going to buy injectors next, and I am going to buy those slimmer fans. I got the stock fans in the front, but now it keeps it nice and cool at idle. But these big fans, when you're driving down the road, they just don't let no air in through the front. And it gets a little bit hotter, and I think it don't overheat. It's in the fine operating range for temperature going down the highway, but I like for my car to run a little bit cooler than 200, 210. So I am going to get those Durell fans that everybody recommends that you use with these stand-up radiators. They're a lot slimmer. Like when I had the smaller radiators on there, they wouldn't keep it cool at idle. But where they were so small driving down the highway, they let a lot of air in from just driving down the highway, and it kept it nice and cool on the highway. They just wasn't strong enough to keep it cool during idle. But so injectors, I'll probably get the Holley 125-pound injectors, or yeah, that's probably what I'll get. And then I'm gonna get the fans, and then I'm gonna put the turbo stuff on it. See how the shocks do launching with the turbo. If they still don't launch good with the turbo, I'm gonna get some double adjustable shocks. If they launch okay with those shocks on it, then the next thing we'll get is a scavenge tank and a couple more pumps, because the 450 liter per hour pump I got on, it's only good for about, I don't know, 700 wheel on E85. I don't think it's called a scavenge tank. It's called something else. But yeah, the guy on Bad Luck Garage, I've been watching his videos. He's got a nice third gen Camaro. I've been watching a lot of his stuff and probably follow a lot of things he does, because he's had a lot of success. And I message him on Facebook every now and then. He helps me out a little bit. And the guy from KY No Prep, KY stand for Kentucky, his YouTube channel, I watch it a lot, and I message him on Facebook, and he helps me out. But I'm gonna put the turbo right there. Alright, there's what I got so far. I'm just gonna put it right down there in the middle. I was looking at the Huron Speed Kit, and they do theirs the same way. So this right here is going to go right there. Then the turbo will go right on top of that. And this will let me clock this which even give me more room. But yeah, about right there. It should fit in there good. That's where I'm at. I just tack welded this side, so I gotta cut this and then put the V-band on there. And then we'll put that on there and see where we're at. Dog wanting to play fetch as usual. But yeah, on these overlap parts, honestly, I don't do too bad. That ain't bad at all. But on these parts where it's open, right through it. I burnt right through it. That wasn't too bad. If I keep going like that, it'd be great. I think I can. Now on this part up here, it hits different. I don't know if I got to turn it up or... See, and I got practice pieces I could do for this and this, but I don't really have extra. Maybe I do have some extra V-bands that I can practice with. It's just different when you do it from this big piece to that small piece. I didn't do too bad right there. But I should probably just tack it up and have somebody else weld it. I don't know. I'm going to practice more. And if I can get good at it, I'll do it myself. But main thing is just to tack it up and see what we got. I'm definitely not a welder. I don't claim to be. And honestly, I don't care what it looks like, as long as it works. Christopher welded those flanges onto the exhaust pipes though. He knocked it out of the park. Look at that. He did a really good job. No, I could go and see him on that one. But yeah, he did a pretty good job on that. And welding from steel to cast iron is supposed to be hard, but he did really good on that. And then that's how I did when I ran the exhaust out the front. And I knew that was just going to be a temporary solution until I put the turbo on. But yeah, I did terrible. On this one I didn't do too bad. I heard my kidding. That's terrible. But honestly, that don't look too bad. If I could go all the way around with it like that, I'd be happy with that. I'm going to spend some more time on this welding stuff, see if I can't figure out how to do it, watch some YouTube videos. It's a little bit harder than I thought. You usually watch YouTube videos and do most things. Just a little bit trickier. Any pointers? Hit the comments. Alright, and there's what I wound up with on the passenger side. Just need to fit perfect. Just need to tack it here and there. Find somebody to weld it for me. And we've got a turbo Hotside. I like it. It actually went pretty smoothly, honestly. But yeah, I think it's gonna work good. I wish I could have got that over that way some, but if I got it over any more than that, I could have had problems with my exhaust outlet getting around that. So, but I already checked. The filter will fit on it with it in there. I'll just have to run this radiator hose a little bit different, which isn't a problem. I mean, there's plenty of room in there. And probably put a wastegate right here. We're gonna have to see where the that points down at. I mean, we can also run it back there in that bend also. And then this side's definitely gonna go right here. But again, we have to remember our exhaust exit and how that's gonna go too. So we'll see before we do any of that. Let's tack this in. And I did all this with an angle grinder, and I'm just tacking it up with that welder. But The stainless steel is just one of them 2.5 inch eBay kits. And I bought some V-band flanges, and I bought that on eBay, the T4 flange, and then these 2.5 inch V-bands. Stuff falling, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I like it. But never had a turbo car before, so this is going to be different. But I think that's going to end the video here, and I'm going to tack this up, and then I'm going to find some. I'm either going to practice welding and attempt it myself a little bit more, or I'm going to have somebody that's better at welding come weld it for me. But y'all like and subscribe and have a great day.